All these luxuries and all the money that you've allegedly taken, I'm thinking about $1.5 million in bond ought to be appropriate. You should be able to post that with no problems with it.
Strong words there from a Southern Indiana judge today, pointed at the former Clark County Sheriff Jamey Noel. Jamey Noel now has a $1.5 million bond and 6 new felony charges. The former Clark County Sheriff was in court today. With the new charges, he is now facing in total 31 felonies.
Judge Larry Medlock on the bench again there today. The probable cause affidavit said the new 6 charges were related to information that had come out since February. This information had not resulted in any new charges just yet.
Focus reporter Travis Breeze and photojournalist Jessica Farley were in the courtroom. They have all sides of that heated exchange.
The defense said it had not been given enough time to fully respond to the new charges and said it was a bad precedent to set a new bond without fully proving the evidence in these new charges. But Judge Medlock said he felt he had been deceived now twice by Mr. Noel, and he set a bond in accordance with his feelings.
Mr. Noel, how do we wish to enter our plea this matter?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Noel pleaded not guilty to 6 felonies Tuesday relating to cars, HVAC systems, lawnmowers, and more, allegedly purchased using either sheriff's office funds or his volunteer fire department credit cards. The state argued it was fair to set a new bond because this evidence wasn't previously considered.
Based on his actions since November, the state believes that it certainly needs to be elevated at the court's discretion.
It sets a bad precedent, and it's bad policy to allow that to occur because at this point, any prosecutor in the state of Indiana can file initial charges, wait a little bit, see if they like what the court's order is on bail, potentially defendant posts, file new charges.
The state believes Noel used the credit cards up until the end of March, and an argument broke out in the courtroom about if he still has access to them.
He said anybody who wanted to answer. I'm trying to answer.
Your Honor, I do not believe that at any point the court says anybody that wants to answer includes anybody sitting around that may or may not have a law degree.
Heather Peters, the lawyer for Utica Township Volunteer Firefighters Association, took the stand as a court's witness. She said they have closed the largest account, but cannot close a smaller one. She admitted multiple people outside of the Noel family could access the American Express account. All the while, Judge Larry Medlock sat and listened. In the end, he seemed to set a bond considering all evidence in the case.
Stable of exotic motor vehicles, a harem of women, at least 3 mansions, at least $3,000 suits, $800 belts, which you get personally delivered, and still seem to think that the Utica Volunteer Fire Department's your personal piggy bank. I'm thinking about $1.5 million in bond ought to be appropriate.
In Jeffersonville, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Jamey Noel is set to be released from the Scott County Jail for his contempt of court time this weekend.
That could still happen if he does post that $1.5 million cash bond.